I have all the parts assembled now for this step. We've got our aluminum profile, we have the linear axis rod, we've got two synchronous wheels, we have our bearing and spacer. It's a little 3mm spacer, they're in the same bag, so that was convenient. And then we have some M510s to run through there, and our Allen wrench. We've got our left and right pieces, and we also have our laser module. Okay, first thing we want to do is get this plastic off of here. That's just going to get in the way. Oh, boy, this stuff's really sticking to this. No, that was no good. Alright, I'll get back to you on this. A couple minutes of off-camera work and we've got this cleaned up. Boy, I'm just going to stick this right on. Oh. I feel like it's coming together. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's that piece. Again, if the guy was smart, I would have disconnected that. Oh well.
This one.
Alright, now we need to get this linear axis put together with all of its pieces. And we'll start with maybe. Okay, I'll put it in on the other side so I don't have to push it so far. Alright, so we get one on that side. Interesting. This is the way they show it in the instructions. They both are facing the same direction. What is going on down here? This rod seems to be almost a little bit too big on this side, or no, it's this piece. Hang on. Alright, we may need to do a little work on this. The diameter here is just a little bit too small. It seems a little tight. So when I put this on, it... Oh, there it goes now. Maybe there's just a burr in there. Okay. Cool. We got that piece on. Alright, then comes the spaced out spacer. That goes on next. So we slide that on, and then the bearing goes on. Now the bearing is going to fit in this hole. And there are two ways to do it. Well, there's only one way that's going to work. If you'll notice the profile, there's a little lip on there. So we want to make sure to push the other side through. Okay. Might need a tool for this. Oh, no, I can get it with my thumb. Ah! Still not all the way in. So, it's going to require some more force. Maybe an Allen wrench will help me on this one. Nope, she's still in there a little crooked. Almost. Alright, it just needed a little persuasion. But it's in there now. So this is going to go right in here, like so. Not quite sure how far it's going to go in. Come on. Boy, that's a tight fit. It makes me think that this rod is just a little bit too long on the end. Too long. Too wide. She doesn't want to fit down in there very well. Which is probably a good thing, because then it won't pop out once we get her in. Anyway, that's generally how that's going to go. And we need to get out 4 of these M10s. Now the picture makes this look way longer. If you look at that picture, look, it looks like a really long bolt that goes in there. But if we take our ruler and we measure it, we see that it's 10 millimeters and it's calling for 10 millimeter. And that's the M5. Yep. So what we want to do then is we're going to bolt this guy onto here. Something like that. So let's get these things started. Start with make sure they go in through the holes. Don't want to struggle with that. Okay. I'll start the top one. Doesn't really matter, I guess, top or bottom. And get that in there. Alright, then we'll do start the bottom one. Okay, not too tight yet. But we'll bring that in close. And we'll I backed this one up a little bit. I thought maybe I'd cross-threaded it, but I hadn't. So that one's good. Alright, now that they're both somewhat flush, then we'll torque these down so that they'll stay in place. Alright. Now I'm going to be radical here. I'm going to spin this baby around. And then what we'll do next is we will attach this guy over here. Now, this is going to need to fit in here. Make sure that those are loose. There's my little Allen wrench here. Alright. Yeah, that one's loose. That one's loose. Okay. I'll make sure that... Ah, there we go. There, she slides in there nice now. Okay. And then what we'll do is we need to figure out how to make up this about 5 millimeter gap we have here. And I think it's because that rod needs to get pushed into this bearing further. So let's see if we can do that without breaking anything. Nope, she doesn't want to go willingly. So I may have to use a persuader on that. Let me get back to you. It took a little bit of convincing. Ignore the hammer. What I did is I put this on a nice flat surface and I tapped. I did not pound, I tapped lightly on our rod. And I was able to get it now. You can see it's protruding slightly from the end. It still moves nice and smoothly on the bearing. And now on this end, when we put this into our coupler, it slides in and we can get this flush. If I do this correctly in one hand, there we go. We can get this flush now to our cross member. So let's get that bolted on. Again, we'll start with the top one. Get it started. And then we'll get the bottom one started. It's turned. It's kind of hard to reach in there, so I'm going to use my Allen wrench to help me reach in there and get that turned into place. And make sure that's in place too, right? Alright. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on this one, so I'll turn the Allen wrench so I can get a little more leverage. Ooh. Make sure they're about the same tension. There we go. Now, remember these set screws, we'll need to get those tightened as well because we need this rod to be connected to the stepper motor. And so it's in the coupler, but it's not connected until we tighten these down. Alright, so once we tighten these down, then as the stepper motor turns there, now you can see the movement. So I'll just tighten that down. Go to the other set screw. Get that, there we go, get that turned. And that one's tight. Alright. And this will be down here somewhere. Okay. Alright, so turn this back around so it matches the picture and the directions. We have this piece done.